The 10 nations that will bring the Antichrist will play a key role in his rise to power, according to biblical prophecies. Many already know that a figure called the Antichrist will have a dominant presence in the events of the end times. But before his manifestation, there are fundamental events that must occur first. One of them is the appearance of a group of 10 great kings, world leaders who will play a crucial role in shaping the political landscape of the world before the arrival of the Antichrist. The 10 kings and their importance in biblical prophecy. In the Bible, specifically in the books of Daniel and Revelation, the appearance of these 10 kings is repeatedly mentioned. These leaders will represent the last world empire before the end, and their coalition will set the stage for the Antichrist. It is vital to ask whether these kings have already appeared, or if they are still yet to come. This question is fundamental for correctly interpreting the prophecies related to future events. One of the first signs of the existence of these kings is found in the book of Daniel, where the famous dream of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, is narrated. This dream, which Daniel interprets, presents a large statue divided into several sections that symbolize different empires throughout history. These kingdoms begin with Babylon and culminate with the kingdom of the Antichrist, the last stage before the establishment of God's kingdom. The little horn, the rise of the Antichrist. In Daniel 7:7-8, the prophet has a vision that details the arrival of a fourth beast, more terrifying and powerful than the previous ones, representing the Roman Empire. Among the horns of this beast, Daniel sees a small horn emerge, uprooting 3 of the other horns, suggesting that the Antichrist will defeat 3 of the original 10 kings. This small horn is a figure that symbolizes the future ruler who will be known as the Antichrist. Daniel describes this horn as different from the others, having eyes like a man and a mouth speaking arrogantly. The angel explaining the vision to Daniel makes it clear that these 10 horns represent 10 kings who will appear from a previously established kingdom, and from among them the Antichrist will rise to rule with great tyranny. This ruler will speak blasphemies against God and persecute God's holy people for a limited time, described in the prophecy as 3.5 years in Daniel 7:25. The revival of the Roman Empire. One of the most fascinating aspects of these prophecies is the implication that in the last days there will be a kind of revival of the Roman Empire, since the fourth beast that Daniel saw originally represented this empire. The idea that the Antichrist will emerge from a resurgence of this political entity has been the subject of much speculation over the centuries. The coalition of 10 world leaders that will pave the way for the Antichrist will thus be an integral part of this revival. In Revelation 13, this idea is reaffirmed when the Apostle John describes a beast rising from the sea with 10 horns and 7 heads, symbolizing the political and military power that the Antichrist will possess. These 10 horns, as in Daniel's vision, represent the 10 kings who will support the Antichrist in his global rule. The global control of the Antichrist. The Antichrist will not only stand out for his political and military power, but also for his religious and economic control. Revelation 13:16-17 mentions that he will force all people to carry a mark on their right hand or forehead, without which no one will be able to buy or sell. This mark will be a sign of loyalty to him and his regime. It is important to note that the Antichrist will not tolerate any form of worship other than to himself. The book of Revelation details how his regime will persecute the faithful of God, and how his control will be total during the period of the Great Tribulation. During this time, God's people will suffer intense persecution under the Antichrist's rule, the Babylonian religion, and the beast. In Revelation 17, the connection between the Antichrist and a corrupt world religion known as Great Babylon is described. This religion, symbolized by a woman riding a beast, is seen as a powerful and deceptive entity that leads people away from true worship of God. Babylon, throughout the Bible, is a recurring figure representing idolatry and spiritual corruption. The prophecy in Revelation describes how this religion will have global influence and will be promoted by the 10 kings who support the Antichrist. However, in the end, these kings will turn against Babylon and destroy it, thus fulfilling God's will. Revelation 17:16 says that the 10 horns, i.e. the 10 kings, will hate the prostitute, leave her desolate and naked, eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. This act symbolizes the final collapse of all false religion before Christ returns, the end of the Antichrist, and the triumph of Christ. Although the Antichrist will achieve near absolute dominance for a brief period, his reign will be interrupted by the second coming of Christ. The Bible is clear that the Antichrist will be defeated, and his kingdom will be destroyed forever. Daniel 7:26 declares that the court will sit, and his dominion will be taken away, annihilated and destroyed forever. The Antichrist will be judged, and his time in power will come to an end with the establishment of the eternal kingdom of Jesus Christ. In Revelation 19, the final battle between the forces of the Antichrist and Jesus Christ culminates in the total defeat of the former. The Antichrist and his followers will be cast into the lake of fire, and Christ will reign in righteousness over the entire earth. Biblical prophecies about the Antichrist and the 10 kings remind us that the evil and injustice that seem to dominate the world today will not have the final word. Although the Antichrist and his regime will bring a period of great suffering and chaos, the Bible promises that this time will be short, and that in the end, Jesus Christ will triumph. For believers, these prophecies serve as both a warning and a hope. They warn us of the difficult times ahead, but also give us the assurance that God is in control and that his ultimate plan is a kingdom of peace, justice, and eternal love. The Scriptures encourage us to remain firm in our faith, trusting that, although evil may prevail for a time, the reign of Christ will be forever. If this video has inspired you, leave us a comment about what impacted you the most. Be sure to give the video a like and subscribe to our channel for more content to strengthen your faith. Thank you for joining us today, and may God bless you.